distinguished administrators, teachers, parents, honored guests, and dear students. On behalf of Niva American International School, welcome to the class of 2026 graduation ceremony. My name is Brooklyn Abbott, and it is truly my honor to serve as the master of ceremony for this meaningful and memorable occasion.
กราบสวัสดีท่านผู้บริหารคณะครูผู้ปกครองนะครับแล้วก็แขกผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านนะครับและนักเรียนทุกคนด้วยนะครับในนามของโรงเรียนนานาชาตินีวาอเมริกันขอต้อนรับทุกท่านเข้าสู่งานพิธีสำเร็จการศึกษาของนักเรียนรุ่นปี 2026 อย่างเป็นทางการนะครับผมคุณครูจุลธานอาทิตย์เดชบุญนาถยินดีเป็นอย่างยิ่งนะครับแล้วก็เป็นเกียรติอย่างยิ่งที่ได้ร่วมเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของช่วงเวลาแห่งความภาคภูมิใจและความทรงจำในวันนี้ครับ
Today we gather together to celebrate the dedication, perseverance, and achievements of the class of 2026. Throughout their journey, they have overcome their challenges, grown in both knowledge and experience, and built meaningful friendships that will last for years to come. Today marks another important milestone in their lives, and we are delighted to share this special memorable occasion with all of you.
วันนี้พวกเราทุกคนได้มารวมตัวกันเพื่อร่วมฉลองให้กับความทุ่มเทความพยายามและความสำเร็จของนักเรียนรุ่นปี 2026 นะครับที่พวกเขาได้ก้าวผ่านอุปสรรคต่างๆได้เติบโตขึ้นทางด้านความรู้ประสบการณ์และมิตรภาพนะครับจนมาถึงอีกหนึ่งก้าวสำคัญของชีวิตเลยและพวกเราทุกคนต่างก็ยินดีเป็นอย่างยิ่งที่จะได้ร่วมแบ่งปันช่วงเวลาแห่งความภาคภูมิใจนี้ไปด้วยกันนะครับ
Before we begin, we kindly ask everyone to silence their mobile devices and remain seated throughout the ceremony to help maintain a respectful and seamless experience for all.
ก่อนที่จะเข้าสู่พิธีการในวันนี้ครับขอความกรุณาทุกท่านปิดเสียงหรือปรับโทรศัพท์มือถือเป็นระบบสั่นนะครับแล้วก็นั่งประจำที่ตลอดช่วงพิธีการเพื่อให้บรรยากาศของงานดำเนินไปอย่างเรียบร้อยและราบรื่นครับ
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our esteemed high school teachers whose dedication, guidance, and commitment have helped shape the success of our students.
ท่านสุภาพบุรุษและสุภาพสตรีครับขอเรียนเชิญทุกท่านร่วมต้อนรับคณะครูมัธยมศึกษาของเรานะครับผู้ซึ่งทุ่มเทแรงกายและแรงใจในการอบรมสั่งสอนและคอยสนับสนุนนักเรียนจนเป็นส่วนสำคัญของความสำเร็จในวันนี้ครับ
Mr. Anthony Holman, Grade 12 co-home teacher, STEM department head, and Grade 12 AP Statistics teacher. Grade 12 AP Psychology and Comparative Government teacher. Ms. Niva, Grade 12 AP Microeconomics teacher. Mr. Bernie Bugay, Art teacher.
คุณครูติดใจสง่างามราศีนะครับคุณครูวิชาจัดการครับ
Grade 12 AP English Literature and Mr. Frankie Sun, High School Coordinator, Grade 12 Homeroom and Leadership Teacher. Following them, please welcome our respected administrators whose leadership and support continues to strengthen and inspire our school community.
ครับและลำดับต่อไปนะครับขอเรียนเชิญทุกท่านร่วมต้อนรับคณะผู้บริหารของโรงเรียนผู้ซึ่งเป็นแรงผลักดันสำคัญในการนำพาและสนับสนุนชุมชนของโรงเรียนเรานะครับให้เติบโตขึ้นอย่างเข้มแข็งและเปลี่ยนด้วยแรงบันดาลใจครับ
Mr. Alex de Guzman, Student Affairs Principal and WASP Coordinator. Mr. Jonathan Gibson, Academic Principal and Elementary Principal.
คุณเป็นสิทธิ์เกษตรวิทย์ครับVice President ครับ
Dr. Nathan Andrew, School Director. And now, it is our honor to present the graduating class of 2026 of Niva American International School. The graduates will now enter the ceremony hall in alphabetical order. As each graduate enters, their name will be announced. We kindly ask everyone to hold your applause until all graduates have reached their seats.
ค ก็ลำดับต่อไปนะครับจะเป็นเกียรติที่เราจะได้ต้อนรับนักเรียนผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาในรุ่นปี 2026 นะครับของโรงเรียนนานาชาตินิวาอเมริกันผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาจะเข้าสู่หอประชุมโดยมีการประกาศชื่อของนักเรียนแต่ละคนตามลำดับตัวอักษรนะครับก็ขอความกรุณาทุกท่านร่วมกันตบมือฉบับนักเรียนจะเข้าประจำที่เรียบร้อยครับ
Once all graduates are seated, please join us in giving the class of 2026 a warm and well-deserved round of applause.
ครับและเมื่อนักเรียนทุกคนเข้าประจำที่แล้วนะครับขอเชิญทุกท่านร่วมมอบเสียงปรบมือแสดงความยินดีอย่างและก็แสดงความต้อนรับอย่างอบอุ่นอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับ
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the graduating class of 2026. Althea Louise Adiola. Alexa Louise Adiola. Althea May Ended.
ชนาการนนท์สุขเกษม
Dorian Llewellyn.
ก้านตองปิยเวทอัศวีพิทักษ์อันกูล
Joseph Ugai.
เกิดอุ่นนวลงามนัทพัฒน์พรโชติทวีรัตน์นัทพรโพนัทวุฒิโพนิชาพัฒน์รุ่งรัศมีศรีปาริดาปาละโตมณอยุธยาปาริพัฒน์คงทองปรีนัทรัตสาร น สรันวรรณพุกทัชกฤษมานัสนนท์ธันวรัตน์พงศ์พรนนท์และตินนาอรุณเวชกุล
May we now invite everyone to stand for the Royal Anthem.
ผมท่านเรียนขึ้นนะครับเพื่อจะร่วมเรียนตรงเพื่อถวายความเคารพในช่วงเพลงสรรเสริญพระบารมีครับ
Please remain standing for the opening prayer led by Mr. Alex de Guzman.
ขอทุกท่านยืนสงบจิตใจนะครับเพื่อร่วมกันอธิษฐานขอการทรงนำและพระพรสำหรับพิธีในวันนี้ครับนำโดยมิสเตอร์เล็กซ์เดกุสมันครับ
Let's bow our heads for our prayer. Our great God, the creator of this vast universe, we thank you for your unwavering love and guidance. From the moment our students step into this beloved institution, we have directed their path towards growth and success. You have shaped them according to the purpose of your plans. You have prepared them, giving them strength to persevere through challenges and hope to pursue their dreams. We are grateful for the parents and families whom you have blessed with provisions, opportunities, and unwavering support throughout the academic journey and hardship. Through your grace, our students have learned, grown, and overcome many obstacles. As they leave this institution and begin a new chapter in their life, we pray that you will continue to light their path towards success and fulfillment. Walk with them every step of the way, protect them from harms, guide their decisions, and bless them with wisdom, good health, courage, integrity, to always choose what is right and good. Thank you for the memories, friendship, lessons, and experiences we will forever treasure in our hearts. May your love and presence remain with them always. In your mighty name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Everyone may be seated.
ขอเชิญทุกท่านนั่งลงได้ครับ
Leadership is not only about responsibility, but also about service, integrity, and inspiring others. At this time, we invite the current student government leaders to officially pass the responsibilities to the next generation through the candle lighting ceremony.
ความเป็นผู้นำนั้นไม่ได้หมายถึงเพียงหน้าที่และความรับผิดชอบเท่านั้น แต่ยังหมายถึงการเสียสละความซื่อสัตย์และการเป็นแรงบันดาลใจให้กับผู้อื่นอีกด้วยนะครับ ในช่วงเวลานี้ขอเชิญคณะกรรมการนักเรียนชุดปัจจุบันส่งมอบหน้าที่และความรับผิดชอบอย่างเป็นทางการ ให้แก่คณะกรรมการนักเรียนรุ่นถัดไปนะครับผ่านพิธีส่งต่อแสงเทียนแห่งความเป็นผู้นำครับ
Thank you to our student government leaders of 2025-2026 for your dedication and service. As we conclude the candlelighting ceremony, we now welcome our new student government leaders for the upcoming school year.
ขอขอบคุณคณะกรรมการนักเรียนประจำปีการศึกษา 2025 และ 2026 สำหรับความทุ่มเทและการอุทิศตนในการปฏิบัติหน้าที่ตลอดปีที่ผ่านมานะครับและในโอกาสนี้นะครับขอร่วมต้อนรับคณะกรรมการนักเรียนชุดใหม่สำหรับปีการศึกษาต่อไปด้วยเช่นกันนะครับพร้อมทั้งขออวยพรให้ทุกท่านนั้นประสบความสำเร็จใน ในการทำหน้าที่เป็นผู้นำของนักเรียนเราครับ
Please direct your attention to the screen for a special video presentation honoring the memories, friendships, achievements, and unforgettable moments shared by the class of 2026 during their journey at Niva American International School.
ตลอดเส้นทางหลายปีที่ผ่านมานะครับผู้สำเร็จการศึกษารุ่นปี 2026 ได้ร่วมกันสร้างเรื่องราวความทรงจำมิตรภาพและประสบการณ์อันล้ำค่ามากมายภายในรั้วของโรงเรียนนานาชาตินีวาบริการแห่งนี้นะครับก็ในโอกาสนี้นะครับก็ขอให้เชิญทุกท่านร่วมรับชมวิดีโอที่ถ่ายทอดช่วงเวลาแห่งความสุขและความภาคภูมิใจและก็ความทรงจำอันงดงามนะครับของนักเรียนรุ่นปี 2026 ด้วยกันนะครับ
Took my love, took it down, climbed a mountain and turned around, and I saw my reflection in snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is the world? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. Though time makes you bolder, and children get older, I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Did my love take it down? Climb a mountain and turn around, and did you see my reflection in snow-covered hills where the landslide beat down? And did you see my reflection in snow-covered hills where the landslide beat down? Oh, landslide bring it down.
One of the most meaningful traditions of graduation is expressing gratitude to those who have supported them throughout the journey. Today, our students would like to dedicate heartfelt messages to their parents, teachers, friends, and school community in different languages that represent the diversity and unity of Niva American International School.
หนึ่งในธรรมเนียมอันงดงามของพิธีสำเร็จการศึกษานะครับคือการได้กล่าวคำขอบคุณนะครับต่อผู้ที่อยู่เคียงข้างและสนับสนุนพวกเขามาตลอดเส้นทางและในช่วงเวลาต่อไปนี้ครับตัวแทนผู้สำเร็จการศึกษารุ่นปี 2026 นะครับจะร่วมกันถ่ายทอดความรู้สึกจากใจนะครับอ่านสุนทรพจน์หลากหลายภาษาด้วยกันนะครับเพื่อส่งต่อคำขอบคุณความรักความผูกพันแก่ผู้ปกครองคุณครูเพื่อนๆและชุมชนของโรงเรียนของเรานะครับการสะท้อนถึงความหลากหลายและก็ความเป็นหนึ่งเดียวกันของโรงเรียนนานาชาติในอเมริกันครับ
We would now like to invite Dorian for the English dedication.
ขอเชิญโดยเรียกนะครับต่อทางเป็นภาษาอังกฤษ
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Faculty, families, and friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. I've been sitting here trying to figure out how to fit everything we've been through into just a few minutes. And honestly, I don't think it's possible, but I'm going to try my best. So, first of all, I really don't know how to do speeches or how it should be written. But I'm just going to do what I've been doing almost the entire time, is speak before I think. My parents understand this quite a bit. My classmates understand it even more. And honestly, I think that served me pretty well most of the time. This year felt like it passed way too fast. I remember at the end of grade 11, my father picked me up from school, and on the drive home, I said to myself, would next year really be my last year? Then came grade 12, the final year. The last year before exposed to the harsh yet beautiful reality of this world, however each of us may see it. And arriving on my first day for the last time, looking around that classroom, I was surrounded by people whose heads had probably also not yet processed what was happening. That thought that none of us really had it figured out either did assure me a lot, actually. And I think that's the thing about this batch. We spent a year pretending we know what we're doing, and somehow it worked. Kind of like how I prepared for this speech. I Googled how to write a graduation speech, read one sentence, and closed a tab, and here we are. It's fine. But in all seriousness, we made it through a year that demanded more from us than we expected. Late nights, last-minute submissions, moments of genuine doubt. And through all of it, we showed up for each other. In the hallways, in group chats at 10 p.m., which is incredibly late for me, in shared looks across the classroom that said, I also had no idea what's happening right now. There was, about that trip to Vietnam, that did feel incredibly special. The first senior class to leave the country for a bonding camp. We celebrated 2 birthdays away from home, made it up to Banda Hills, spent a day at the beach, and lastly ended up in a crowded room filled with people and enjoying each other's company. That trip felt like a microcosm of everything we've built together. And honestly, a pretty good preview of who we were about to become. So, to my batch, I am so proud of us. Not because we were perfect, but because we were real. We were honest, we were present, and we did it together. And to the faculty, thank you for believing in people who sometimes handle things in very late. And the last thing I want to say, I'm really glad it was this batch. Not because everything went perfectly, but because when things didn't, we figured it out anyway. Together, mostly. Sometimes alone at 10 p.m. staring at a blank document, but still, we got there. And I think that's what we're taking with us. Not the grades, not the deadlines, and definitely not the memory of submitting something we started way, way later than we should have. Which, for the record, is a skill. A terrible skill that I hope none of us ever have to use again. But we probably will though. But we passed, somehow. And that's the part that matters. So yeah, go be something great or interesting. Congratulations, class of 2026. We did it. Thank you.
TT for the Chinese dedication.
ขอเชิญคุณหญิงนักศึกษาขอเชิญเป็นภาษาจีนครับ
尊敬的领导、老师、爸爸妈妈、叔叔阿姨，亲爱的朋友们，你好！今天在这里，我心里很激动。如果我的中文说的不够好，不太清楚，请大家多包容。虽然我的时间在这里很短，可是我很开心。我想 感谢老师。亲爱的老师们，谢谢，感谢你们辛苦帮教我们很吵的小小的这个房间。在学校里，你们不仅教我识字，还教我们怎么生活。毕业以后，我也会不用见你们。老师们，谢谢。爸爸妈妈，谢谢你们，感谢你们永恒的爱，把我养大，为了我跟有个好生活，付出了太多。在外面的时间，不管有什么到什么困难，只要我知道有你们在我的背后帮着我们，我就不会怕的。因为我知道你们永远在我的背后帮我，爸爸妈妈，谢谢。最后，我想感谢我的朋友，我们18个人、19个人，是一个很小的房间，可是我们一起是很爱柔的。我想感谢Joseph帮我学英语，Dorian给我的日子过得更好。Base 唱歌给我们听。我是很开心，我有你们是我的同伴，还有最后，我想感谢我们的班主任 Mr. Frankie 帮助我们，还有我们很多的亲爱的老师 Mr. Mr. Alex McEwen。Mr. Ruben, Mr. Alex, and also Ms. Thompson for 教授我们，对不起，我忘记。对不起，我说的不太好，就是我是很开心上来这里说中文给你们听，谢谢你们。
Joseph for the title of dedication.
我现在就要他的最后的反弹了。
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ipagpaumanhin ninyo at hindi po ako magaling sa wikang Filipino dahil hindi ito ang gamit kong salita sa araw-araw. Sana magawa ko ito na maayos kahit man lang sa pagkakataong ito. At sana kayanin ninyo pagpakinggan ako. Good afternoon, teachers, parents, faculty, and of course, my dearest classmates. As I don't use the Filipino language very often, please bear with me if I struggle to say the words I want to say. May isa akong kahilingan bago tayo magsimula. Tumingin sa tabi niyo, tumingin sa harap, sa likod. Harapin ang mga mukha na kilala niyo. Ang mga mukha na nandoon noong hindi pa kayo magkilala. Yan ang gusto kong narating niyo sa araw na ito. Hindi lang ang diploma, hindi lang ang litrato pagkatapos ng seremony, kundi ang mukha ng mga taong nakilala kayo bago mamahal kayo, naging kung sino kayo ngayon. 12 taon, para sa iyo, iyon na ang kalahati ng buhay nila. Para sa ating lahat, iyon ang pinakamahalaga. Nagsimula tayo bilang mga bata, hindi na lang ang marunong mag-ingat ng sarili ba. At ngayon, tingnan niyo ang inyong mga sarili. Nakaupo kayo dito, may suot na toka, may hawak na pangarap, may puso at puno ng pag-asa. Sa kung ano man ang hinaharap, hindi yan nangyari ng mali sa harap. Nangyari yan dahil sa bawat isa. Sapagkat sa loob ng 12 taon, tayo ang mag-aaral sa isa't isa. Hindi lang madali o malimot, hindi laging sa salita. Pero nandoon tayo. Laging nandoon. Nais kong pag-usapan ang mga mahirap na sandali dahil ngayon at narapat silang magiting ngayon. Ang mga panahon gusto mong sumuko. Ang mga umagang hindi mo alam kung paano mo haharapin ang araw. Ang mga pagkakataon na nararamdaman mo na iisa ka kahit nasa gitna ka ng maraming tao. Sa mga sandali niyo, may lumaki, may tumawag, may alawin. Iyon ang hindi ko malilimutan. Hindi ang mga trabayo, hindi ang mga grado, kundi ang mga taong hiniling mga hindi. Kahit mahirap, iyon ang nagpapatunay na ang tapang ay hindi kawalan ng takot. Ang tapang ay ang bumili ng higan kahit takot kayo. Kahit sa pagabas natin sa biguan na ito at sa unang pagkakataon, ay hindi na tayo babalik sa kanyang paraan. Nais kong sabihin ito ng naliwa. Huwag hayaan sa pagiging abala. Ang bihirang para makalimit. Huwag hayaan kung lumipas ang mga tao bago mo sabihin ka kaibigan mo kung gaano siya kahalaga sa iyo. Huwag maghintay ng espesyal na okasyon para ipakita na nandun ka. At sa aming mga guru at mga gamit, maraming salamat sa inyong pagkabay, pag-unawa at pagmamahal. Para sa inyo, ang tagumpay ng ito. Maligayang bating sa ating lahat sa 12 taon ng paglaki, pagkakamali at pagmamahal. Ipinagmamalaki ko kayong lahat at palagi ko kayong ipagmamalaki. Ngayon, lumabas tayo at gawin natin sulit ang bawat sandali. Special thanks, of course, to Mr. Anthony and contingent for always giving me the opportunity to continue my education here. And to all my graduates, especially Bays, Dorian, and Lee, Thank you.
Chabu for the Thai dedication.
Thank you very much.
ท่านนะครับสวัสดีคุณครูพันธีมิสเตอร์แอนโทนีแล้วก็มิสเตอร์จอห์นกิฟสันนะครับแล้วก็คุณครูนิว่าทุกท่านท่านผู้ปกครองเพื่อนๆและน้องๆนิว่าทุกคนครับหนึ่งในความจำที่ผมชอบมากที่สุดตอนที่ผมเริ่มเข้ามาในนิว่าแรกนะครับคือการได้อยู่ในห้องสมุดแน่นอนครับห้องสมุดนิว่าเป็นห้องสมุดที่ผมมองว่า ACD แรงมากๆแล้วก็เย็นมากๆด้วยแต่ว่าจะไปนั่งอยู่ในห้องสมุดอย่างเดียวแล้วก็เอาแต่ตากแอร์ก็คงไม่ได้เพราะฉะนั้นผมก็หยิบหนังสือมาอ่านเล่นๆมาหยิบมาอ่านได้ครับแล้วผมไปเจอสิ่งน่าสนใจนั่นคือแนวคิดของหนังสือ The 1000 Hour กฎ10,000 ชั่วโมงครับมาจากหนังสือ Outlier The Story of Success สำหรับผมแนวคิดนี้สอนผมว่าถ้าเราอยากเก่งเรื่องอะไรเราต้องใช้เวลาของมันจริงๆผมจึงเริ่มทดลองแล้วลองมาเทียบในมุมมองของเด็กนักเรียนใน10,000 ชั่วโมงผมทำอะไรแล้วบ้างในโรงเรียนนี้ ผมได้ลองมาแค่ตัวเองลองคิดสิ่งที่ผมทำซ้ำๆอ่านซ้ำๆแล้วก็เรียนเขียนซ้ำๆผมก็มองว่าตัวผมเองที่ภาษาอังกฤษก็ไม่ได้แข็งแรงแต่ด้วยการที่ผมเรียนที่นี่ใช้เวลาที่นี่ใช้เวลาที่มานานถึง 6 ปีก็ช่วยพัฒนาภาษาอังกฤษผมให้มากขึ้นจากความยากลำบากตอนแรกตอนนี้ผมก็สามารถพูดได้แล้วก็สามารถนำไปใช้ในชีวิตประจำวันได้ในสุดสิ่งเหล่านี้ก็มีส่วนสำคัญที่ทำให้ผมสามารถเข้ามหาลัยที่ผมต้องการด้วยผลจากการพยายามและการฝึกที่ผ่านมาผมฝึกซ้ำๆให้คนที่บ้านได้ลองเห็นได้พบได้เห็นทั้งการทำอาหารการเรียนหรือการฝึกในการเป็นผู้นำแต่ทุกท่านครับผมใช้เวลาอยู่ที่ว่าประมาณ7 ชั่วโมง1 ปี250 วันและผมอยู่ที่ทั้งหมด6 ปีรวมแล้วประมาณ 1,500 ชั่วโมงน่ามากกว่าทฤษฎี10,000 ชั่วโมงเสียอีกนะครับวันนี้ผมจึงอยากขอบคุณคุณครูทุกท่านที่อดทนสอนแนะนำสนับสนุนและเชื่อมั่นในตัวผมในตลอด 1,500 ชั่วโมงที่ผ่านมาและถ้าให้ผมสรุปว่านิว่าเปลี่ยนแปลงผมอย่างไรผมขอสรุปเป็น4 ข้อเรื่องสำคัญนะครับข้อแรกนิว่าสอนให้ผมเชื่อมั่นในพลังของคอมมูนิตี้ที่นี่สอนผมว่าความสำเร็จไม่ได้เกิดจากการคนเดียวแต่เกิดจากการร่วมแรงร่วมใจของทุกคนไม่ว่าจะเป็นงานฟันแฟร์สปอร์ตเดย์หรือวงการต่างๆของโรงเรียนผมได้เห็นคุณครูเพื่อนๆรุ่นน้องและผู้ปกครองช่วยกันอย่างเต็มที่ผมคิดว่าสิ่งที่พิเศษของวิว่าคือคนที่พร้อมที่จะช่วยกันผลักดันไอเดียของเราให้เกิดขึ้นไม่ว่าจะเป็นด้านคุณครูหรือใครก็ตามใช่ไหมดินใช่ครับ Thank you นะครับไม่ใช่1 โครงการที่ผมภูมิใจในเรื่องหนึ่งคือด้านแนวคิดจากการใช้เวลาที่ผมอยู่ในนี้ว่านี้มาสอนให้ผมลองคิดนอกกรอบได้ลองทำในไอเดียที่ผมอยากจะลองทำอย่างเช่นไอเดียเล็กอย่างหนึ่งก็คือตัวต่อวีที่ผมออกมาที่โรงเรียนผมคิดว่าผมอยากจะมีอะไรออกมาตั้งที่โรงเรียนอยากจะเนี่ยเท่ๆโรงเรียนที่ผมเคยไปดูแต่ว่าทั้งหมดนี้จะเกิดขึ้นไม่ได้เลยถ้าไม่เฉพาะตัวโรงเรียนทั้งมิสเตอร์แอนโทนีที่สนับสนุนผมแล้วก็คุณครูจากห้องออฟฟิศที่คอยช่วยเหลือให้คำแนะนำผมเสมอมาแล้วก็ตัวคนในครอบครัวแล้วก็ตัวของstudent government ที่ช่วยผมดูที่งานที่คอยให้กำลังใจผมข้อที่3ยิ่งว่าสอนให้ผมรู้รับฟังคนอื่นตลอดเวลาที่ผมได้เรียนรู้ว่าคนเรามีความคิดที่แตกต่างกันได้และความแตกต่างไม่ใช่อุปสรรคถ้าเรารู้จักฟังกันเคารพกันและทำงานร่วมกันความแตกต่างก็สามารถกลายเป็นสิ่งที่ทำให้เราทำงานที่สำเร็จได้เร็วกว่าที่เราคิดไว้และข้อสุดท้ายเรียกว่าสอนผมให้ฟังเสียงหัวใจของตัวเองในตอนแรกผมมีความคิดว่าผมอยากจะเรียนเอนจิเนียร์มันไม่ใช่สิ่งที่ผมรักแต่ว่าผมแค่กลัวว่าเกิดผมทำอย่างอื่นที่ผมมองว่ามันไม่ใช่หลักสูตรที่ถูกต้องมันจะไม่ใช่เรื่องที่ดีแล้วก็ไม่ส่งผลประโยชน์ให้คนในครอบครัวแต่พอนี้ว่าผมจึงได้มีความคิดที่อยากจะลองทำในสิ่งที่อยากทำและพออย่างนี้ผมจึงได้ลองไปสู่ในเส้นทางที่ผมต้องการในการเป็นเชฟและสุดท้ายผมก็ได้เข้ามหาวิทยาลัยที่ผมต้องการนั่นก็คือดุสิตธานีในสาขาการเรียนรู้ของกำลังเรือในสปีดวันนี้ไม่ได้แค่สปีดสำหรับงานจบการศึกษาแต่เป็นสปีดของความทรงจำและความสุขและคำขอบคุณสำหรับวิว่าสำหรับคุณครูทุกท่านที่ยังอดทนกับผมสอนผมเชื่อมั่นในตัวผมขอบคุณพ่อคุณแม่และครอบครัวที่สนับสนุนผมในทุกเส้นทางแม้บางครั้งต้องชิมอาหารของผมหลายรอบแล้วก็ต้องคอยให้คำแนะนำผมตลอดและขอขอบคุณเพื่อนๆทุกคนที่ทำงานที่ช่วยทำให้การเดินทางนี้มีความสุขและมีความน่าจดจำก่อนที่ผมจะออกจากนี้ว่า และเริ่มต้นชีวิตใหม่ในรั้วมหาลัยผมอยากฝากถึงน้องๆรุ่นต่อไปว่าขอให้ใช้เวลา1 ชั่วโมงของตัวเองในนิว่าให้คุ้มค่าเรียนรู้เต็มที่กล้าลองกล้าทำกล้าผิดพลาดผมเชื่อว่านิว่าไม่ใช่แค่โรงเรียนที่บอกให้คุณทำอะไรในสิ่งที่คุณอยากทำแต่เป็นโรงเรียนที่สอนว่าสิ่งที่คุณทำคือสิ่งที่ดีหรือเปล่าเพราะวันหนึ่งเมื่อมองย้อนกลับมาพวกเรารู้ว่านิว่าไม่เป็นแค่เพียงโรงเรียนที่เราเคยเรียนแต่เป็นสถานที่แห่งหนึ่งที่เราได้ค้นพบตัวเองและรู้ว่าเราจะเป็นอะไรและสุดท้ายนี้ผมขอฝากคำถึงน้องๆรุ่นต่อไปไม่ว่าจะเป็น President หรือว่าน้องๆที่ยังไม่ได้เป็นหรือน้องๆที่กำลังเรียนรู้อยู่ When tomorrow we are better than what we make today อาเมนครับ
NGT, the student representative, to deliver a speech on behalf of the graduating class of 2026.
แล้วก็ขอเชิญทีมนะครับเป็นนักเรียนตัวทดแทนที่เป็นนักศึกษารุ่นปี2026ครับ
Good afternoon, everyone. It's truly an honor to stand before you today, here as the class president. For those who don't know, my name is GT, and it is truly an honor to speak on behalf of our graduating class this afternoon. It's a strange feeling to realize that this chapter of our lives is already coming to an end. It feels like not that long ago we were just starting high school, and now we're sitting here at graduation. You know, over the years, we've shared so many memories together. A lot stressful, some funny, and all unforgettable. And those are the memories that will stay with us the most. Last year, I was studying in Denmark, and honestly, at the time, I really didn't want to come back here. I had already started building a life there, getting used to a different environment, different routine, and a loving group of friends. In my mind, staying there felt like the better option, and I wasn't sure if coming back would make me happy. I remember feeling uncertain about returning and wondering if things here would still feel the same. But now, standing here today, I can confidently say that coming back here was one of the best decisions of my life. Being back here made me realize how much I took for granted before I left. Sometimes, when you're around the same people and places every day, you don't fully appreciate how important they are to you until you spend time away from them. Coming back reminded me how much this community, this school, and especially my friends truly mean to me. To my friends, thank you for making this year so meaningful. A lot of us have known each other since we were kids, and it's honestly crazy to think about how long we've grown up together. We've seen each other through awkward phases, stressful exams, good moments, bad moments, and everything in between. Somehow, after all these years, we're still here together at graduation. I genuinely cherish every moment I've had with you guys, and I think leaving for a while made me realize that friendships like these are very special. No matter where life takes us after graduation, I'll always be grateful that I got to grow up alongside all of you. Coming back here reminded me that sometimes the people who know you the longest are also the people who make you feel the most like yourself. And for that, I'll always be thankful. To our teachers and staff, thank you for your patience, guidance, and belief in us. You taught us lessons far beyond academics. You challenged us to think deeper, work harder, and become better people. Even when we complained about assignments or tests, your efforts helped prepare us for the future we are about to enter. Especially Mr. Frankie. Honestly, I don't think any of us would have survived grade 12 without him. Through all the stress, deadlines, pressure, and chaos this year brought, he was always there for us, whether it was helping us, listening to us, reminding us to stay on track, or sometimes just putting up with us every single day. I think I can speak for the whole class when I say that Mr. Frankie became so much more than just a teacher to us. He created a classroom that felt comfortable and supported, and he made even the stressful moments in life a little easier. No matter how tired or overwhelmed we were, he always continued to encourage and believe in us. We've made so many memories in this class that we'll probably still laugh about years from now. And although grade 12 was difficult at times, having a teacher like Mr. Frankie made a huge difference for all of us. So truly, thank you, Mr. Frankie, for everything you've done for our class. We appreciate you more than words can explain. To our parents and families, thank you for every sacrifice you made for us. Thank you for supporting us during our hardest moments and celebrating us during our best moments. Your encouragement gave us strength even when we did not realize it ourselves. Although we may eventually go separate ways, the memories we create together will stay with us forever. Years from now, we may not remember every assignment or every grade, but we will remember the people beside us, the moments that made us laugh until we cried, and the feeling of growing up together. As we move forward, I hope we continue to work hard, stay kind, and never forget where we started. Most importantly, I hope we all remember the friendships, lessons, and memories that brought us to this moment today. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you to our student speakers for your thoughtful words, inspiration, and meaningful reflections. We truly appreciate sharing your voices with us today.
ขอบคุณสำหรับตัวแทนนักเรียนทุกคนนะครับสำหรับถ้อยคำที่เปลี่ยนด้วยความหมายแรงบันดาลใจและข้อคิดเป็นทรงคุณค่าครับทำให้พวกเรารู้สึกซาบซึ้งเป็นอย่างยิ่งที่ทุกคนได้ร่วมแบ่งปันเสียงและความรู้สึกจากใจในวันนี้นะครับ
It is now our honor to invite the teachers who have guided, encouraged, and inspired the class of 2026 throughout their journey at Niva American International School.
ครับซึ่งคุณครูคือผู้ที่คอยสนับสนุนแนะนำและก็เป็นแรงบันดาลใจให้แก่นักเรียนตลอดเส้นทางแห่งการเรียนรู้นะครับและในโอกาสนี้นะครับจะขอเรียนเชิญคุณครูขึ้นร่วมกล่าวโอวาทและก็ส่งต่อคำอวยพรให้แก่ผู้สำเร็จการศึกษารุ่นปี 2026 นะครับ
Please welcome Mr. Frankie Tim, grade 12 former teacher, as he delivers his message with the graduating class.
ขอเรียนเชิญมิสเตอร์แฟรงค์ที่เป็นคุณครูประจำชั้นปีศึกษาที่กล่าวโอวาทด้วยครับ
Good afternoon, everyone. To Dr. Anthony, our CEO, commended to all the proud parents and guardians of the graduating class of 2026, to my fellow colleagues, and most especially to my beloved homeroom students who are about to officially become graduates. Welcome, congratulations, and what a glorious day this is. Now today, I have the honor of speaking about our seniors. So please bear with me if this speech becomes a little bit long. After all, when you spend almost 10,000 hours with a group of students, I think you earn the right to talk a little bit longer. Our story did not begin in 2025, when we became a grade 12 homeroom together. No. Our journey started back in 2023, when I first met this class as grade 10 student. I was your homeroom teacher then. And from that very first year, something special began. A friendship, a bond, and honestly, a beautiful chaos. Then before finishing grade 11, many of you came to see me and said, "Sir, please be our homeroom teacher again." And of course, I happily accepted. And last night, while I was preparing this speech, I calculated how much time we have spent together for the last 3.5 years, since 2023. Do you know how many hours? Nearly 10,000 hours. 10,000. At that point, we are no longer just homo teacher and students. We are family. A slightly noisy family, but still a family. And speaking of family, let me begin with our famous Labubu girls. Gigi, Tina, Alexa, and Sadie. These girls stopped saying good morning a long time ago. Instead, every greeting became Labubu. Honestly, if visitors walked into our classroom at that time, they probably thought that they had entered another dimension. But while they were funny, witty, and full of energy, let me tell you something important. These girls are also among the hardest working and most responsible leaders I have ever met. They carry extra responsibilities, they sacrifice their own time, and consistently work behind the scenes to make our class successful. Leadership is not just about standing in front, it's about serving others. And these four understood that very well. Now let us move on to the twins. No, not the real twins yet. I'm talking about Bernie and Amber, Lida and Jenny, and of course Dorian and Bates, etc. Bernie and Amber, wow, the best student dancer I have ever seen. If TikTok had an Olympics, they would bring home medals for Thailand. And beyond dancing, they are organized, disciplined, and incredibly dependable. Well, Lida and Jenny, impossible to separate. They are like mango and sticky rice in Thai, they come in our mouth. And they are simply does not exist without the other. And what I admire most about them is their positivity. Even when I punished them with extra work, they accepted it, smiling. Honestly, I started wondering whether they actually enjoy the punishment. And there are Dorian and Bates, the heavy-duty support team of our class. Whenever chair needed moving, equipment needed carry, or work needed to be done for the rocket experiment, for this experiment, for that thing, I knew exactly whom to approach, whom to call. They never complained, never gave excuses. They simply said, okay sir, let's do it. And they helped immediately. Every class needs dependable people like that. Now we have Joseph, perhaps the most confident student in leadership class. You know, Joseph grew up here at Niva, so this school is particularly his second home. So whether he was asked to be an MC on the stage, performance on the stage, or lead an activity, he never showed fear. Why? Because for Joseph, speaking on stage felt like speaking in his own living room. And now let's talk about Leo. When I first met Leo in 2023, he was incredibly shy. So shy that greeting teachers felt like an extreme sport for him. I still remember meeting with his parents during their parent-teacher conference here in this hall. They were not worried about his grades. His grades were already good, excellent. They were worried that Leo might not make friends. Now, look at him. Talkative, confident, excellent at presentations, representing Niva on the world stage and the Netherlands, Holland, winning medals at STEM competition, surrounded by his friends. So, to Leo's mom and dad,ช่างคือว่าพวกเราคือทำงานดีๆได้ดีใช่ไหม I think we teachers did a pretty good job, right? Now let us finally talk about the real twins, Titi and Mimi, the artistic legends of Niva. Ask Mr. Bernie, he will absolutely agree with me. The prom night ticket designed by them. Graduation ticket and logos designed by them. Decoration, them again. In Chinese, I would like to say, 非常好，你的老师为你感到非常好。Very good. Your teacher is very proud of you. And now if you ask me who the true gentleman of the graduating class of 2026 is, my answer is very easy. Chebu. Not only is he a gentleman, but kind gentleman. Patient, trustworthy, and reliable. As you all know, students are not allowed to use phone during the class, and I entrusted the key to our phone box to Chebu, and this is a serious responsibility for him. But he handled very good, perfectly. So thank you, Chebu, for always being dependable. Now we also have two students who live just a few minutes away from our school, yet somehow treated arriving on time as an optional activity. Hero and bonus. For them, coming to school very early was like eating sultan without chili. Completely unacceptable. But to their credit, they listened to the teachers, improved themselves, and became much more responsible, especially Hero. I'm proud of your growth, including the very mature skill of informing your home teachers and office when you are sick, when you are going to be absent, instead of disappearing mysteriously. Both Hero and Bonus, they handled important responsibilities I gave them, including organizing and printing tickets for major events like prom night. And they also became strong leaders during the camp activities. I saw them helping out the children. Their growth truly shows us how much maturity can happen in just 1 year. And now, I must mention my co-home teacher, Mr. Omid, our mathematics teacher. Mr. Omid thinks he's very smart, and honestly, I agree. But what he doesn't realize is that his daughter, Thea, is even smarter than him. Sorry, Mr. Omid, but today the truth must come out. She is more intelligent, more talented, and definitely more beautiful than you. Thea achieved some of the best grades in high school, and I'm sure your parents are incredibly proud of you. You truly surpassed them academically, although please continue to respecting them at home. And finally, our generous class benefactor, Tintin. Tintin was always ready to treat his classmates whenever possible. He organized the hotel and ball arrangements for our prom night. He spoke confidently in class and consistently showed respect to the teachers and friends alike. His generosity helped create unforgettable memories of this graduating class. Looking back now, the academic year 2025-26 passed unbelievably fast. I agree with Dorian about it. And what a year it was. The seniors of Niva became the first graduating class to have a bonding camp outside Thailand, our unforgettable journey to Da Nang in Vietnam. That trip brought us closer together and created memories we still talk until today. We had secondary school camp together. We laughed together by the river at Phusatan Resort. We worked tirelessly during fun fair and business week. We survived university application, entrance exams, deadlines, stress, and sleep deprivation together. And somehow, you guys made it. You served as leaders during STEM week and field trips. You supported teachers, your classmates, and the Niva community with dedication and maturity. And of course, our prom night at Holiday Inn Hotel became one of the most beautiful and joyful celebrations we ever had. When I reflected on all these moments, one thing became very clear. The seniors of Niva graduating class of 2026 are extraordinary. You demonstrated leadership, but you learned in the class. You showed perseverance. You sacrificed for one another. You grew stronger together. And as your home teacher, I can proudly say that from the bottom of my heart, you guys are truly great. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. Thank you for the laughter, the memories, the stress, the joy, and the unforgettable moments. I will always carry this class in my heart. Congratulations, graduating class of 2026. May God bless each and every one of you and your families. Thank you.
Please welcome Mr. Alexander McEwen, grade 12 English teacher, as he shares his message with the graduating class.
สำหรับการขอเรียนเชิญมิสเตอร์เอ็กซ์นักเรียนนะครับครูที่สอนวิชาภาษาอังกฤษระดับชั้นปี12ขึ้นกล่าวไว้ว่าครับ
Today I want to speak to you as your AP English teacher and to the fact that I feel very lucky to have been your teacher at this final year of Niva. I know that learning AP English literature is not easy, it is very challenging. The texts are demanding, the writing expectations are high, and I know that there were moments when we were in class and we sometimes struggled with work. But what stood out to me was that despite these challenges, you continue to develop at all times. Over the course of your year, I saw growth in your confidence, your thinking, and especially your writing. You learned that literature is not really about memorizing themes or finding the perfect interpretation. It is about wrestling with uncertain questions. It's about questioning perspectives and trying to understand people and experiences that may be very different to your own. It is about discovering and discussing abstract ideas and digging deeper into meaning. And then the most challenging part is turning these ideas into coherent and cohesive pieces of writing. And while I appreciate your engagement with these challenging concepts and tasks, what I loved the most about your class was your willingness to grow from feedback. Some of my favorite moments as your teacher was seeing you take the feedback I gave you on your writing, go back, rethink the ideas, make meaningful changes, and then hand work back in that had genuinely seen improvement. There is something incredibly rewarding about watching this process happen, because it shows a real growth and reflection for you as students. But a class is more than just essays or just the discussions of ideas. It's about personalities and connections, the conversations, the humor, the moments of frustration, and the moments when everything just clicked. It is about everyday moments, and these are the moments that I had with you that I will never forget. Such as TT making me a lemon cheesecake, and boy does that boy make a really good lemon cheesecake. It's about telling dad jokes to Dorian, Joseph, and Leo, and hearing them grow. And then hearing those really awful dad jokes they told me about. It's about getting interesting and inspiring facts and information from Cebu that always made me think and always made me wonder. It's about the girls at the back, Tina, GT, Savvy, and Alexa, who always produced really good work, but somehow seem to be fueled by eating snacks all the time. It's getting scolded by Tia for giving her an A- and not an A. You have never seen determination like Tia wanting to get an A. It's about the fact that I always knew that Tintin and Bass would make me smile in class, along with Jenny, Leader, and Bonus. And every single lesson I had with them, I smiled a lot. And finally, it's about the quiet ones in class. Bunny, Amber, Lloyd, and Hero. As just being in the lessons with you and seeing you grow always made me happy. The days I was teaching grade 12 were always good days for me. So, I want to remind the teachers here and the students we teach that school is never just about the subjects and grades. It is about the real connections we make as people. And grade 12, you made this year meaningful to me. As you move on to the next stage of your life, I hope you continue to question things, think critically, and stay open to growth. I hope you still keep your playful nature and never forget those friendships that you forged at this school. Success is not about being perfect all the time. That's something we learned in AP English literature. It's about continuing to learn, adapt, and push yourself forward even when things are difficult. So, to close, I want to genuinely say thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey this year. I genuinely appreciate the opportunity to teach you, and I'm proud of how far you have come. The only regret I have is that I couldn't teach you for longer before. So thank you very much.
Thank you to our teachers for your heartfelt words, guidance, and encouragement. We truly appreciate your support and dedication to our students.
ครับขอขอบคุณคุณครูทั้งสองท่านสำหรับถ้อยคำจากใจและก็คำแนะนำและก็กำลังใจที่มอบให้นะครับเราทราบซึ้งในความทุ่มเทและการสนับสนุนที่ท่านมีให้ต่อนักเรียนเราเสมอนะครับผม
Ladies and gentlemen, we now begin the presentation of diplomas for the graduating class of 2026 of Niva American International School. May I now invite Dr. Anthony, Niva's President and CEO, to share a few words.
แล้วก็มาถึงอีกช่วงหนึ่งนะครับก็คือช่วงเวลาของพิธีมอบประกาศนียบัตรนะครับแก่ผู้สำเร็จการศึกษารุ่นปี 2026 ของโรงเรียนนานาชาตินีวาบริการนะครับก็ในลำดับนี้จะขอเรียนเชิญดร.ที่ประธานและผู้บริหารของนีวาขึ้นณบนเวทีนะครับ
Good Good afternoon, parents and our lovely graduates. I was doing the last practice yesterday, and I was pretty amused, actually, because it looked like nothing was really prepared. But we went through the process and went home. So to be sure, this morning I came to check, and I want to tell the graduates that I always look for something that are our great top students ready to graduate. Are you really worth graduating? Now, here are the things that I would like to say. Number one, I'm super impressed by the decorations all over in the front, on the stage, in the back. It's extremely impressive. I want to congratulate the artists and the designers of the class, and I'm sure that we'll work together for that. Now, I had a chat with all the students in my office, trying to find out who they are, so that when I hand out the diplomas, I kind of know whether they're, again, ready to graduate. And last few days, I had all the records, their GPAs, the sports activities they participated, the math test they got. And this is what I found out. This is a class of extreme diversities. They are united. I'm not talking about the countries they come from. I'm talking about the personalities. They're very different from each other. But one thing I noticed is that they get along in spite of differences, difficulties, disagreements, and pull everything through. The fun fair that you organized was one of those that I sat back and literally enjoyed. It was a relaxing moment for me. And I want to say a special thanks to you, the graduates. You will be super graduates just because you made history. You just made history by being the first senior class to go outside of Thailand for bonding. And that's something you just can't deny. It's part of history now. Like the first class to go out of Thailand for a bonding trip is Niva. That is your class. The other classes are picking up. They are trying to do something different, but you set the stage. I would like to tell the parents that in my talk with the students, here's something very amusing that came up, that I was pleasantly surprised. These are the values we teach at Niva, and this time it was coming from them. And that is, they said, what are you going to do? I asked, what are you going to do after you graduate? And one of the best answers that I've heard in many years, and from many of them, is that they want to look up to their parents. Parents, you're sitting there, and you have made a lot of sacrifice for them, and this is their gratitude. They are ready to say, we are going to look up to our parents. And I asked them, how do you know your parents need your help? Because they may already be richer than you or doing better than you. And shared with them that the best gift they can give the parents is continuing the love, the respect, the connection that you have had with your parents ever since you were born. And then now the time has come, you are not only graduating from Niva, but you are also going to leave your parents when you go to another country or dormitory and so on. But during these times, you need to remember that your parents will always worry. They will always be thinking what's happening to you when you are away from them. And then when you graduate, your parents will be 4 years or 5 years older than whatever they are now. And you will be fighting for your life because you need to set up your foundation for your own life. And that is going to take many years. And for me, it took, after I graduated, like 11 to 15 years before I can send money home to my parents. How much time it is going to take for you, I don't know. But during that time, your parents will be growing older by another 15 years. By that time, they're 60 plus, almost 70, whatever it is. You're making your life, they have made their life, but you can't separate yourself from them. They're part of you, you're part of them. And so, whether you are financially secure to help your parents or not, but you can always fill their emotional needs of having brought you to this earth and supported you to become successful. What are the simple things that you can do? Don't forget your birthdays. A hi and a greeting from wherever you are will do a great deal for them. Talk, chat, and visit, and especially when they are graduated and when they are old and they are staying by themselves, the best visitor can be a child. My son came to stay with me for 1 year because he was building his house. And as I look at the many years of father-son relationship, that 1 year is one of the most outstanding years that I ever had in my entire life. Now the other thing that the students said is they all want to be rich. That's cute, right? And let me tell you this. To be rich is in your mind. I hope that Niva teachers have put it into you that your biggest achievements will not come from outside sources. All outside sources, whether it's university, here at Niva, workplaces that you will go to, they all will be those supporting institutions for your life. But the real success comes from your mind, your ambition, your wishes. And what I would like to share with you is, in your ambition, put others first. Ask yourself, what contribution are you going to make for others? When you got a vision, when you got an idea, and that vision and idea are for serving humanity, serving people, serving whatever it is that you have planned. Now, those communities or people are going to be supporting your work. Some of you may be thinking employment. Yes, you can get rich with employment if you climb up the ladder to very high ladders. But you can also become the employer which means you set the standards for yourself and you help others achieve their financial goals. So choose what you want to be. And I had this powerful impression to share to this graduating class and to our teachers and to our parents. I'm going to talk about somebody who is very controversial. His name, the family name is Rothschild. And I mentioned this to the group in a very short manner, but here's what happened. After the First and Second World War, the Rothschild family became very famous in Europe. And they were doing financial sector, banking, that money. They knew how to collect people's money and invest and then charge people interest and also give dividends to others. There are a lot of controversies about the Rothschilds saying that they are controlling the world. That's not true. What happened was they were so smart and they knew finance like the back of their hands. And so they established the banking system, and not only that, so when the elder Rothschild was dying, he called his 5 sons and told the sons that go to different cities in Europe and set up bankings there so that we can actually control the finances of Europe. So they went to Vienna, they went to London, they went to 5 different countries. And so they suddenly realized that we need to communicate. So they developed communication systems that were better than governments, better than any other private sector. So what happened is that the government started using their communication systems to send money, to transfer money between countries, and so on. There's a rumor that says that they control all the central banks. Later on, governments formed, and governments started their own central bank in the pattern of the Rothschild financial system. But the Rothschilds don't control like Thailand's central bank. They don't control any other central bank. They are not as rich as they were, but they are always comfortable because countries took over. What is the lesson that we can learn from here is that there was a father and there were 5 sons. And you all today are privileged to be sitting with your fathers and mothers. There is a powerful connection that can always happen in a family, in your current family, or the families that you will be making when you're a little bit more grown up, graduated. But remember that when you are thinking about becoming wealthy and rich, it's not about your salary. No. You want to be wealthy, then you're thinking long-term, thinking for generations. That was the game of the Rothschild. It's like, we have all of this wealth, and how are we going to retain? And so that took the father to call the sons and say, let's continue this tradition of wealth. So to parents, I'm not sure how your family unit is and how you raise your children and how much you have been part of their wealth making. But either way, this is a message that I want to send to you because you said you want to become wealthy. Wealthy is kind of different from being rich. Being rich, you have money for now. Being wealthy, you make it for many generations. So, graduates, let your dreams flow. Remember that everything is not outside. The outside is going to support you. But everything you become will come from your inside. We may just worry, like, what's the future going to be? Am I going to be successful or not successful? Here's the answer that I will give it to you. No one fails. No one fails. Everybody succeeds. What are the things that you need to concentrate on? Think positive. Do not listen to gossips about people, about things that is not going to benefit you for anything. Think positive. Even if you are at a difficult time, even somebody did something to you for which you are terribly affected emotionally or any otherwise. But turn around and move that moment to another positive moment. Every time you face a negative or challenging or difficult situation, change that. You just stand still. Stand still. Recollect yourself and turn that into a positive moment. You find that 1 step, 2 steps, 100 steps, 1,000 steps, millions of steps in your life. Every time you turn something difficult into a positive moment, success is waiting for you. You are achieving your success at every step of the way. Congratulations and thank you. And I want to also say a word about our teachers. I want to say I don't often have time to come and tell you like what I think of you or what do you mean for me when we set up the school for our students. Today I will just say that you are just super amazing. You have followed a pattern and a culture of Niva that we are teachers here, and that means we relentlessly care for students. Despite of any kind of challenge, difficulty, or no matter how the student is good or not good. Because there is always time to make everyone a great person. And you're doing that, and I want to thank you for supporting our grade 12 students and also the rest of our school community. And thank you so much. You're appreciated very much. Thank you and congratulations to all the graduates of 2026. And now it's time for you to receive your diplomas. So my final word is yes, you all are worthy to graduate. Congratulations. I'd like to invite Kunpenjit and Dr. Gibson to join me for this process. I'd like to inform the students that you will also get an envelope from Kunpenjit. The envelope has different amounts of money all the way from 2,000 to 20,000. So don't give it to somebody else. Don't take someone else's. Hold on to your own. Just want to brief you like how we did this. Because of the Student Achievement Award that we practice right now, we put all the grade 12 students, all your math tests from last year, your current GPA, your AP score, and any sports or talents activity that you did, and we use the same formula to come up with amounts that you're supposed to be deserving. But we also calculated against students who've been here literally their entire life, from nursery to graduating, and others who have been here 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So it's some sort of balance, but I do feel that it's a fair distribution. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anthony. May we now invite Brendan and Mr. Jonathan to join us on stage. And assisting with the presentation of the Alpha and Beta Awards is Mr. Alex Guzman.
ก็ขอบคุณน้องแป้งที่นะครับแล้วก็ในส่วนของวิธีมอบรางวัลสมเด็จขอเรียนเชิญคุณเมจิแล้วก็มิสเตอร์จนาธานที่ได้บนเวทีแล้วก็ในส่วนของการช่วยมอบรางวัลอัลฟาและเบต้านะครับก็จะขอเรียนเชิญมิสเตอร์เอ็กซ์เดลุสมันเข้าประจำที่บริเวณด้านหน้าเวทีครับ
After years of dedication, resilience, and commitment, it is now time to honor the accomplishments of our graduates.
หลังจากที่เวลาก็ผ่านไปหลายปีนะครับเวลาแห่งความมุ่งมั่นความพยายามและก็ความอดทนนะครับในวันนี้จึงได้เป็นช่วงเวลาแห่งการร่วมแสดงความยินดีและเชิดชูความสำเร็จของผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาของเรานะครับ
Graduates will be called individually in award order.
ผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาแต่ละท่านนะครับจะได้รับการเรียกขึ้นไปรับใบประกาศนียบัตรเป็นรายบุคคลตามลำดับรางวัลนะครับ
Now, class of 2026 graduates.
ก็ขอเชิญผู้สำเร็จการศึกษารุ่นปี 2026 นะครับท่านแรกครับณัฐวุฒิโอลำดับถัดไปนะครับณัฐพรโอเกริกกุลหนวดงามเดี๋ยวเป็นมิสเตอร์นะครับ
Now for our Beta Award graduates.
นะครับลำดับถัดไปนะครับสำหรับผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาที่ได้รับรางวัลเบต้าอวอร์ดนะครับนิชาพัฒน์รุ่งรัศมีศรีด้วยเกรดเฉลี่ยนะครับ 3.06 with a GPA 3.06
ขอยืนตรงกลางก่อนค่ะ
สรัญวรรณพุกด้วยเกรดเฉลี่ย 3.10
ยืนตรงกลางด้วยนะครับ ขออนุญาตครับยืนตรงกลางนิดนึงครับ
ขอให้เด็กอย่าลืมนะครับถ่ายรูปตัวกลางรูปเดี่ยวด้วยนะฮะ
โอเคครับ
ปริพัฒน์คงทองเกรดเฉลี่ย 3.12 ครับ
Okay, discriminatory.
ปาริดา ปารัตวงศ์ณอยุธยาเด็กได้เกรดเฉลี่ย 3.15 ครับ ชนาการนนท์สุกเกษมเกรดเฉลี่ย 3.25 ครับ ปรีดีนัทรัตสารเกรดเฉลี่ย 3.53
Now our Alpha Award graduates.
ผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาที่ได้รับรางวัลอัลฟาอวอร์ดนะครับ
Dorian Rubelin.
โดยที่เราได้รับเกรดเฉลี่ย 3.75 ทัชกฤษมานัสนนท์เกรดเฉลี่ย 3.80 ครับ ก้านตองปิยเวทเกรดเฉลี่ย 3.97 ครับ
Ian Joseph Bugai. GPA
งานจะใช้คุณภาพเกรดเฉลี่ย 4.03
Big smile, 3, 2, 1. Yes, yes.
Alexa Louise Adioba. GPA 4.07.
เล็กซ่าหรือซาเดว่าเกรดเฉลี่ย ลี่ย 4.07 ครับผม
The center please, right? Yes, okay, just smile. 3, 2, 1.
Thanh Võ Hồng Hònเกรดเฉลี่ย 4.11 ครับ
In the center please. Okay, in the center please. Okay, just smile. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
และนี่เก็บอาการเลยนะครับเก็บอาการได้ดีเลยนัทพัฒน์พรโชติทวีรัตน์ได้เกรดเฉลี่ย 4.18 ครับ
Smile, sorry, on. Okay, 3, 2, 1. The center please. Okay, in the center please. Okay, yes, big smile. Okay.
พัศวีพิทักษ์อันกูลเกรดเฉลี่ย 4.28 ครับ
The center please. Okay, big smile. Yes, okay. Yes.
'Salutatorian and Alpha Award.
ครับลำดับถัดไปนะครับจะเป็นผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาที่ได้คะแนนดีเด่นในระดับ 2 ของห้องนะครับและเป็นผู้ได้รับรางวัลอัลฟาอวอร์ดด้วยนะครับ
Althea May Ovid, GPA 4.26.
เอาที่ว่าในรายครับเกรดเฉลี่ย 4.26
The center please. Action please. Okay, camera one shot please. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Valedictorian and Alpha Award.
ครับก็ลำดับสุดท้ายนะครับจะเป็นผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาดีเด่นในระดับหนึ่งของห้องนะครับแล้วก็เป็นผู้ได้รับรางวัลอัลฟาอวอร์ดด้วยตินาอรุณเวชกุลเกรดเฉลี่ย 4.31 นะครับ
Okay, this smile. Sorry. Okay, 1. Center please. Smile. Okay, on.
Thank you, Dr. Anthony, Convention, Mr. Jonathan, and Mr. Alex. Ladies and gentlemen, please give another big round of applause to the graduating class of 2026.
ขอบคุณทุกคนที่เป็นจิตนะครับแล้วก็ผู้ช่วยชนะมิสแกรนด์10 ครั้งนะครับแล้วก็ยินดีกับผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาทุกท่านด้วยครับ
Grade 6. Great success is achieved through determination, perseverance, and unwavering dedication throughout the journey of learning. Today, we are deeply honored to hear reflections and words of inspiration from two outstanding graduates who have demonstrated exceptional ability, discipline, and commitment, leading to remarkable academic success.
ความสำเร็จอันยิ่งใหญ่ครับเกิดขึ้นจากความมุ่งมั่นความพยายามและความทุ่มเทอย่างไม่ย่อท้อตลอดเส้นทางแห่งการเรียนรู้นะครับและในวันนี้เรารู้สึกเป็นเกียรติยิ่งที่ได้รับการข้อคิดและแรงบันดาลใจจากผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาทั้งสองท่านนะครับผู้ซึ่งได้พิสูจน์ถึงความสามารถความมีวินัยและความตั้งใจอันยอดเยี่ยมจนประสบความสำเร็จทางวิชาการอย่างโดดเด่น
We would also like to proudly recognize these exceptional students for earning the highest academic ratings in their class. Their achievements reflect not only academic excellence, but also hard work, resilience, and dedication, making them an inspiring role model for their fellow students.
ก็ขอแสดงความชื่นชมยินดีกับนักเรียนดีเด่นทั้งสองท่านอีกครั้งนะครับที่มีผลสำเร็จทางการเรียนที่ยอดเยี่ยมและก็สามารถทำคะแนนสูงสุดของชั้นเรียนได้อย่างน่าภาคภูมิใจเลยอีกทั้งยังเป็นแบบอย่างของความมุ่งมั่นและความเป็นเลิศทางวิชาการให้แก่เพื่อนนักเรียนทุกคนด้วย
At this time, please welcome Afiya May Ombed to receive her salutatorian award and deliver her speech.
ครับขณะนี้ขอเรียนเชิญนะครับเอาเรื่องมือของอีกนะขึ้นมารับรางวัลผู้ที่มีผลการเรียนยอดเยี่ยมอันดับ 2นะครับแล้วก็จัดกล่าวสุนทรพจน์ด้วยครับ
Good afternoon to our respected administrators, teachers, parents, families, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Thank you all for being here on this special day. My name is Afiya May Ombed, and I'm honored to be standing before you today as a salutatorian. Today marks the end of a chapter, but more importantly, the beginning of something new. While I was preparing my speech, it was hard to summarize the whole high school life of growth, lessons, mistakes, and memories in just a few minutes. I even asked ChatGPT to help, but the good words were only good afternoon, everyone. I remember my first day here in Niva, standing between the lockers in a new school and a new system I had never experienced before. 6 years ago, I would never have imagined myself speaking in front of you all today. When I came here, I was an introvert person who believed test scores and GPA mattered the most. I remember getting a B and a C and thinking I had disappointed my parents and myself. But through those failures, I grew into a better person. I realized that I am never the smartest, never the most confident, never the most talented, never the most motivated, never naturally gifted, but always the one to never give up. The sleepless nights, tears, and the stress about my future made me want to quit, but I chose to stand tall. So you know why? I realized that while others are suffering from diseases, I am still living. While some children have no education, I have a school to learn in, a home, a family, and most importantly, I have God, who is always with me through my trials and happiness. I thank God for all the blessings He has given me and for guiding me to my purpose in life. I believe that we all have a purpose in life, and I tell myself, if I give up now, everything I worked so hard for will be over. Life is hard. There are good times and bad, and all the bad experience I had never made me think of them as a bad thing. Because every situation I faced has taught a great lesson in my life. Whether it's feeling lonely, family problems, being afraid to fail, comparing myself, feeling pressured, financial struggles, overthinking, or getting misunderstood by people. People will always have opinion of you. No one knows your story. No one lived your life. No one felt your pain. that don't matter. I want to say that you are worth more. You are strong. You are your own unique self. I know some of you have experienced the same as me, but over the years, I learned to grow and change. Niva gave me many opportunities that helped me step out of my comfort zone and became a better version of myself. The people, friends, teachers, and staff I met here all made a great impact on my life. And I want to sincerely thank you, my teachers, for believing in me, teaching me, and guiding me along the way. To my grandparents, aunts, uncles, who unfortunately couldn't make it to Thailand due to the war and expensive flights, Lola, Lola, if you're listening on screen right now, I just wanted to say thank you for taking care of me ever since I was a baby. When my parents were busy, you never stopped looking after me and making sure I have everything. Thank you for finding me whenever there's a brownout and no air back in the Philippines. Thank you for supporting me until today. You don't understand how hardworking both of you are. Even though you're already 60 years old, you still work. I still remember the feeling where you carried me before I left to Thailand, and you said Lulu cried many nights with my baby blanket because he misses me. Both of you are one of my biggest inspirations that makes me keep going every day. I am myself now without you today. However, I also want to take this moment to mention a very special person who's here with me today, my aunt, Mary Joy. Mama, who has always been like a second mother to me. Since I was a child, you were always taking care of me in ways words could never fully explain. I still remember following you everywhere, especially at the hospital, walking behind you like your little shadow, because I admired you so much. There were many times in life when I felt lost, tired, or unsure of myself, but you became one of the reasons why I kept going. You inspired me not only because of your strength, but because of your kindness, your sacrifices, and the way you continue to care for others when life is difficult. And today, standing here on the stage, I want you to know that a part of who I am and a part of every achievement I have today is because of you. Thank you for loving me like your own child. You'll always be one of my greatest inspirations of my life. I will carry your love and sacrifice to me forever. To my best friends who were Sanders, of course I can never forget you. She's the laughter in my days, the hand that reaches up mine when life feels too overwhelming to carry alone. Even after you left back in grade 9 and after 3 years we're still closer than ever. What makes our friendship so special to me is that we share the same dream. We always remind each other why we started, and whenever life become overwhelming, we became each other's strength. Thank you for being the person I can run for advice, comfort, and honesty. Thank you for listening to my fears, believing me during moments. I doubted myself and reminding me that I am capable of more than I think. I truly do not know how I would survive this year without you beside me. Last importantly, I want to dedicate this final part of my speech to the two of the most important persons in my life who all made this possible, Mommy and Daddy. May I request for them to please stand so I can honor them. They left behind everything into another country so that I could have a chance to have a better future. They sacrificed many things so that I can live a comfortable life. Every day I see how hard you work, Mom, even though your hands are hurt, but you still keep working. And to my dad, I saw how tired you are, but you still keep going so that I can walk my path to my dreams of becoming a doctor. Mommy, Daddy, because of your love and support, I'm here today and all of my accomplishments I dedicate to you. I thank you both for everything and I thank God for giving me such amazing parents. I want to leave you with a quote. You can do anything you put your mind into and never give up on your dreams. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mathia, and thank you for your thoughtful words and meaningful reflections. Now, please welcome Tina Arun-Moshel to receive her valedictorian award and deliver her speech.
ขอเชิญคุณนะครับผู้มีผลการเลือกเลือกในวันนี้นะครับขึ้นรับรางวัลและก็กล่าวสุนทรพจน์ครับ
you. When I first found out I had to write a valedictorian speech, my initial reaction wasn't pride. It was a mild panic. Because every graduation speech I've ever heard followed the exact same script. It was hard and struggled. You grew what things go for. And I just sat down to write that speech. I really tried. But it just didn't feel like us. Our class is 19 people. For the past few years, there has been absolutely nowhere to hide. No slipping into the back of the class, thinking you won't get noticed. Trust me, these people notices absolutely every single thing. And they will bring it up at the worst time as possible into the rest of your life. And I say this with complete love. And being in a class this small does something to you. You just end up being yourself without really planning it, and that turns into something closer to family. The kinds that know too much about you but shows up anyway. That sounds simple. It kind of is. But I think simple things are underrated. In fact, that exact simplicity that taught me that I actually want to pass on today. From a very chill, surprisingly smooth, and generally good graduation experience, I realized that not everything has to be a struggle to be meaningful. Some of the best things in life are the ones that came easily, and you just have to let yourself enjoy them instead of waiting for the catch. Because let's be honest, the catch isn't always coming. Sometimes it's just good. Our class taught me to pay attention to random Tuesdays, but not in conversations that somehow went on for 2 hours. The moment where the plan fell apart, but something happened instead was better. Those are the ones you'll actually remember, not the dramatic big moments, the quiet ones where you were just fully present with the people around you. And so, when something ends, like today, we should all let ourselves feel that it was good, it mattered, that's enough. The best experiences don't need to be hard to be real, they just need to be yours. You don't know exactly what's next for any of us, but I know how I'm going to walk into it. The same way I've walked into everything else. Expecting things to be good, ready to find what's interesting, convinced that the people I met and the things I tried, the mistakes I make along the way, are all part of something worth showing up for. I hope you walk into this the same way. Not because everything will be perfect, it won't, but because you get to decide what the experiences is. And you might as well decide it's going to be great. To our families, thank you for raising people who somehow turn out okay despite everything. We know it wasn't always obvious that we would. To our teachers, thank you for caring about who we were becoming and not what we were producing. That difference mattered more than we think. And to my class, my 18 absolutely unserious people, completely lovable, surprisingly insightful people. Thank you for making this so easy to look back on fondly. Thank you for being exactly who you are. I wouldn't have wanted a different group. I am so proud of you all. Congratulations, class of 2026. Congratulations, Tina, and thank you for your inspiring words and heartfelt message.
ขอบคุณครับทีมงานครับสำหรับคำพูดแล้วก็ข้อความน่าประทับใจครับ
Graduation is not only about achievements, but also about celebrating friendship, creativity, and the joyful memories created throughout the years. At this time, we would like to invite everyone to enjoy a special performance presented by our class of 2026. Prepare to bring joy, celebration, and lasting memories to everyone here today.
ต่อไปที่สำหรับการศึกษาไม่ได้เป็นเพียงแค่การเฉลิมฉลองความสำเร็จทางการศึกษาเท่านั้น แต่ก็ยังเป็นการเฉลิมฉลองมิตรภาพความคิดสร้างสรรค์และความทรงจำอันงดงามที่ได้ร่วมสร้างร่วมกันตลอดหลายปีที่ผ่านมานะครับ ในช่วงเวลานี้ครับขอเชิญทุกท่านรับชมการแสดงพิเศษจากผู้สำเร็จการศึกษารุ่นปี 2026 ของเรานะครับที่เขาได้ตั้งใจเตรียมการแสดงเหล่านี้ขึ้นนะครับเพื่อมอบความสุขรอยยิ้มและความทรงจำน่าประทับใจให้กับทุกท่านในวันนี้ครับ
Please give a big round of applause to encourage and support the wonderful performance from our class of 2026 graduates.
ขอเสียงปรบมือให้ด้วยครับ
Blackpink is the revolution. Growing up tonight changes into something red. Her lover does her like that kind of dress. Everything she never had, she's showing off. Driving too fast, moon is breaking through her hair. She's heading for something that she won't forget. Having no regrets is all that she really wants. We're only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about you, baby. Does it ever drive you crazy? Just how fast the night changes. Everything that you ever dream of disappearing when you wake up. But there's nothing to be afraid of, even when the night changes. It will never change me and you. She's in it tonight, clouds surrounding round her head. She's waiting, hides behind a cigarette. Heart is beating loud and she doesn't want it to stop. Moving too fast, moon is lighting up her skin. She's falling, doesn't even know it yet. Having no regrets is all that she really wants. We're only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about you, baby. Does it ever drive you crazy? Just how fast the night
Thank you to our talented seniors for that spectacular performance. We will now proceed with the official group photographs. Graduates, please stay at the small stage.
ก็ขอบคุณสำหรับรุ่นพี่ของเราทุกคนนะครับสำหรับการแสดงที่ยอดเยี่ยมและก็เต็มเปี่ยมด้วยความสามารถนะฮะลำดับถัดไปนะครับจะเป็นช่วงเวลาของการถ่ายภาพร่วมกันเพื่อเก็บความทรงจำนะครับก็ขอเชิญบัณฑิตนะครับทุกคนเลยนะครับขึ้นมาถ่ายรูปด้านหน้าเวทีครับ
At this time, may we invite our respected administrators to join the graduates for the official photo. Next, graduates will take photos with their homeroom teachers, and then we will conclude with the official class photo of 2026.
ก็วันนี้ก็เชิญนะครับคณะผู้บริหารแล้วก็คณะครูผู้ทรงเกียรตินะครับร่วมถ่ายภาพร่วมกันนะครับผมแล้วก็ท้ายที่สุดนี้ก็จะเป็นการถ่ายภาพของบัณฑิตของเราครับ
She said something that you won't forget. Having no regrets is all that you really want. Only getting older, baby. I've been thinking about it lately.
Administrators, you can join to take the official photo, please. Administrators.
ขอเชิญแอดมินนะครับขอเชิญแอดมินทุกท่านนะครับร่วมคณะผู้บริหารแล้วก็คณะครูนะครับร่วมถ่ายภาพด้วยกันครับ
Okay, sorry, can you move a little one step please? Yes, thank you. In the middle. Yes, thank you ครับโอเคครับsorry ครับน้องครับคนนั้นเขาโดนบัง sorry กาย yes กายดิโอเคดิชมรา sorry มองพยายามมองกล้องให้ได้นะครับกาย sorry ครับดิชมราครับโอเค ready โดนบังน้องคนสุดท้ายนะฮะเหยียบพยายามมองกล้องให้เห็นนะครับอยู่ระหว่างเพื่อนนะครับโอเคครับจะได้เห็นหน้าทุกคนนะครับyes โอเคน้องนี้นะครับโอเคแป๊บนึงครับโอเค ready แล้วครับ yes โอเค and the last one can you and you go yes โอเคthis from now okay yes hold on นะ yes okay this from now okay 3 2 1 and this from my action another pose okay 3 2 1เอาจะหยับโดนไหม can you
And finally, photos with their homeroom and co-homeroom
first and then
ครับขอเรียนเชิญคุณครูแล้วก็คุณครูโฮมรูมด้วยนะครับขอเรียนเชิญถ่ายรูปร่วมกันครับ
โอเคครับพยายามมองให้เห็นกล้องนะครับน้องๆ Can you look this yes thank you and the third line นะครับ Can you เอา up นะโอเคครับcloser please โอเค ready this smile sorry okay 3 2 1 this smile again and action more Can you come up okay and you hand up okay yes okay 3 2 1 okayเขาจะเด็กๆครับเดี๋ยวจะโยนหมวกนะฮะ
เดี๋ยวขอถ่ายรูปร่วมกับครูโฮมรูมอีกครั้งนะครับ
ได้ครับ
ครูโฮมรูมท่านเดียวเลยขอถ่ายรูปอีกทีนะครับแกยังอยู่ตรงนั้นนะจะไม่ออกไป ขอเชิญครูโฮมรูมมิสเตอร์มิดด้วยนะครับเชิญครับถ้าบางในออกก็ดีนะครับ
Okay sorry yes okay 3 2 1 and kiss my okay 3 2 1 action okay 3 2 1 okay ครับ
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, a tradition that marks the joyful end of one journey and the exciting beginning of another, the throwing of the caps.
ครับและในขณะนี้นะครับได้เวลาสำหรับธรรมเนียมอันเปี่ยมไปด้วยความหมายนะครับซึ่งเป็นสัญลักษณ์แห่งการสิ้นสุดของการเดินทางบนแห่งอย่างงดงามแล้วก็เป็นการเริ่มต้นใหม่ด้วยครับที่เต็มไปด้วยความหวังและความตื่นเต้นนะครับก็จะเป็นช่วงการโยนหมวกของผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาเดี๋ยวผมจะมอบช่วงเวลานี้ให้กับมิสเตอร์แฟรงกี้ครับ
So, graduate class of 2026, ready? 1, 2, go! Photographers ask you to do one more time, so you go there. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, please pick up your heads again. We are going to do march after that.
บัณฑิตฮะเชิญด้านหน้าเวทีนะครับอย่าเพิ่งแตกแถวเดี๋ยวเชิญด้านนี้นะครับบัณฑิตครับ all the barriers please stay on the stage again นะครับเอาล่ะเดี๋ยวขอรบกวนผู้ปกครองทุกท่านนะครับเคลียร์พื้นที่ตรงกลางตรงทางเดินให้นิดหน่อยนะให้เดินออกใช่ไหมฮะ Parents and guardians please make way for as we will marching out very soon okay thank you ครับ
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the recessional of the graduating class of 2026 at Niva American International
เดี๋ยว
School.
ขอพวกเราทุกคนนะครับยืนขึ้นนะครับเพื่อร่วมส่งผู้สำเร็จการศึกษารุ่นปี 2026 แห่งโรงเรียนนานาชาตินีวาบริการนะครับออกจากห้องพิธีด้วยกันนะครับ
We wish all our graduates success, happiness, and a bright future ahead. Congratulations once again, class of 2026.
พวกเราก็ขออวยพรให้ผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาทุกท่านประสบความสำเร็จและมีความสุขและก็อนาคตก้าวไกลสดใสนะครับก็ขอแสดงความยินดีอีกครั้งสำหรับผู้สำเร็จการศึกษาในปีรุ่น 2026 อีกครั้งครับ
Come see her for me, fire.
smile, ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Live now, live. Live, live, live. Okay, smile. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Hi. How are you? Yeah, good. How are you? You graduate last time?
Yes. The decoration is very nice compared to my year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People did it. Okay, thank you. Congratulations.